The chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Emmanuel Dickerson.
Thank you. We're here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of aggravated assault, domestic violence, impeding breathing, a Class 4 felony, and disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on July 23rd at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on July 25th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured appearance bond today in the amount of $25,000. That does mean you can use a bonding company. If you do post bond, I'm ordering pretrial services supervises you in the community and that they install an electronic monitor on you prior to your release. I'm also ordering that you're not to return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no possessing any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. I'm also ordering that you may not reside at any location as the same alleged victim in this case, nor go to the victim's residence, even if you are the owner or renter of that residence. If you do have a common residence with any listed victim, you must find an alternative place to stay and bring proof to your next court date. If you do need any personal effects from that location, I will allow what's called a civil standby. Contact the non-emergency number of law enforcement. They'll escort you to the home to get your belongings, and then you'll leave. Finally, I'm ordering that you may not initiate any contact with the listed victim for any reason, whether that be direct or indirect contact, such as through third parties or social media, nor respond to any contact from any listed victim. Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir. I got one question for you. This is my daughter. I moved up because her mother put her out of St. Louis. She just took her mom and everything. How is this going to go if she's not here? Like, cause she's from St. Louis. I moved her to St. Louis. She fly back tomorrow at 7 o'clock.
Your daughter does?
Yes, this is my child, my 14-year-old child. Her mother put her out, St. Louis, so I did a follow stuff to the plate to do what I had to do, getting called bitches and everything. Like, where do I go with this? Like, she's not going to be able to fly back up here. Her mother not going to bring her back up here. She's been here for 14 days now. I birthday on 28. Every day it was just disrespecting me, disrespecting him.
So I understand. So you'll have to arrange for contact with your daughter through a third party to arrange to have any handoff between.
No, I don't want to. She's gone back to St. Louis.
I understand that.
I don't know like how is this case going to go if she's not here in Phoenix to, like, you know what I'm saying, to come to court when the court date go for the state to you know what I'm saying, she's not going to be here.
Right. So
her mother not going to fly her up here.
So just because she's not here doesn't mean that the case doesn't move forward. I think that's probably more of a question for your attorney. That sounds more like legal advice. I cannot provide you with legal advice.
Right.
What the state decides to do in terms of charging in contact with the victim, that's up to the state. You were arrested on these allegations, so we're just talking about release today. We're not talking about whether you're guilty or innocent. Do you have any other questions?
Okay, when you said?
It's on the 23rd at 8 a.m. It's on that, or 8:30 a.m. It's on the middle of that paperwork. The sheets of paper, the first page, about halfway down.
So it's this number, right?
That's what?
So I'll be locked up to the end?
Yes.
And I'm buying $25,000?
Correct.
All right. Have a good day.
You as well. Tyson Stubblefield to the podium, and Joseph Rockwell to the chair, please. Good morning, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Good morning, Tyson Stubblefield.
Thank you. We're here today on two different matters. The first is a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of unlawful flight from law enforcement, a Class 5 felony. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on July 23rd at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on July 25th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond on this case in the amount of $2,000. We're also here today on the Superior Court arrest warrant. You were charged with one count of armed robbery with a deadly weapon, a Class 2 felony, aggravated robbery, a Class 3 felony, and narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony. I will also appoint you an attorney in that case as well, set a status conference on the same dates, that's July 23rd at 8:30, and a preliminary hearing on July 25th at 8:30. Both of those will also be in the downtown Superior Court. And I'm issuing a secured appearance bond in that case in the amount of $18,000. So you have a total bond of $20,000. If you do post that, you'll have the same release conditions on both cases. No returning to the scene of any alleged crime, no contacting any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. Do you have any questions?
What is secured mean on the bond?
So
when you
secured,
say secured?
that means you can go through a bonding company. They generally require about 10% to give to the bonding company plus some sort of collateral. And then the bonding company will post the remainder on your behalf.
Okay, so 10% plus collateral of $20,000.
Correct.
So the $2,000 is for the flight of officers. That's the $2,000 bond, right?
Correct.
Okay, and then the other 18 is for the warrant.
Correct.
Okay, and then all right, thank you.
Yeah, all that's going to be on your paperwork as well. Go ahead and grab that and take a seat.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Oh, he has a page 2? Is there a page 2 that got added?
Oh, no, we were asking to Alex.
Oh, I think I did that at 8, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did y'all call me back in?
Oh, no, you're fine. Sorry about that, sir. Go ahead and take a seat. No. Go ahead and take a seat. Joseph Rockwell to the podium, and Demetrius Baker to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Joseph Peter Rockwell, 11.
Thank you. We're here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of theft of means of transportation, a Class 4 felony, dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony, burglary, Class 6 felony, and drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on July 23rd at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on July 25th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $5,000. That does mean you can use a bonding company. If you do post bond, I'm ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any victims, complainants, or witnesses, no possessing any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. Do you have any questions?
I'm on probation right now.
So we're not here today on a probation case, and it doesn't look like a page 2 was filed on your probation matter, so we're just here on the new case. I am appointing you an attorney in this case, though, so speak with your attorney. It's possible that has an effect on your probation case.
I know, because my probation officer, she postponed the revocation of my probation for a couple of weeks to see what was going to go on, but so I can get bonded out still.
So you can get bonded out on this case. Let me take a look. Do you know if there's a bond set on your probation case?
No, I was OR'd.
Yeah, so I'm not modifying any orders in that other case, and I'm just holding you on a bond in this one. If you were released on your probation matter and you post bond in this one, you should be released.
Okay,
There's no other holds, at least that I can see right now.
Yeah, I'll have my sister ask her too.
Yep,
To make sure.
and get in contact with your probation officer after you're released. Okay?
So 5,000.
Correct.
So 10% would be.
Would be $500.
500.
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead
Thank
and
you.
grab your paperwork and have a seat.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks. Demetrius Baker to the podium, and Christian Chavez to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
I'm sorry, my bad. It's 02.
Thank you. We're here today on an out-of-county warrant out of Pinal County Superior Court for a case involving narcotic drug possession and drug paraphernalia. I will have an attorney appointed to you in Pinal County. I'm setting an arraignment hearing on July 22nd at 8:30 in the Pinal County Superior Court. I will affirm the bond that's in the Pinal County warrant. It's a $1,000 bond, but it is a cash bond. So that does mean you have to post the entire bond. You can still go through a bonding company, but their terms are going to be different with a cash bond. You can call them and see what their terms are going to be. As a part of your release, if you do post that bond, I am going to order that you not have contact with the arresting officers, no possessing any drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. Also, that Pinal case, your hearing is next Monday. So if you do bail out on this one, make sure you get down to Pinal by next Monday, or else another warrant would be issued for your arrest.
So if I don't bail out and I just stay in jail, then
They'll
you guys
transport you down
transport me?
Correct.
Okay. And you said was it $1,000 bond?
Correct.
All right. Thank you.
Not a problem. Grab your paperwork and have a seat. Christian Chavez to the podium, and Tommy Duarte to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Christian Chavez, 08.
2 failure to appear bench warrants. First on a burglary case, and second on a drug paraphernalia and shoplifting case. I will affirm your attorney in both of these cases and set them for a probation revocation arraignment hearing on July 24th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bonds in the warrant. It's a $250 bond on the first case and a $200 bond on the second. So you have a total bond of $450. If you do post bond, I'm ordering that you not have contact with the arresting officers, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork and have a seat. Tommy Duarte to the podium, and Justin Duckworth to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Tommy Duarte, 5.
Thank you. We're here today on two cases. The first is a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of unlawful flight from law enforcement, a Class 5 felony. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on July 23rd at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on July 25th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a bond on this case in the amount of $500. We're also here today on a probation violation for violating term 1 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney in that case as well. Set a probation revocation arraignment hearing on July 24th at 8:30. That'll also be in the downtown Superior Court. And I'm issuing a secured bond on this case as well in the amount of $500. So you have a total bond of $1,000. If you do post bond, I'm ordering that you not have contact with the arresting officers, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol. You must contact probation within 72 hours. Any questions?
No, thank you.
Grab your paperwork and have a seat. Justin Duckworth to the podium, and Robert Holmes to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Justin Duckworth, 5.
We're here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 3, 5, and 15 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in this case. I'm setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on July 24th at 8:30. That'll be in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $750. If you do post that bond, I am ordering that you not have contact with the arresting officers, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, all that's in your paperwork. Grab that and take a seat. We have Robert Holmes to the podium, and then Richard Martinez to the chair, please. Good morning, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Robert Holmes, October 4th.
Thank you. We're here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 3, 4, 5, and 12 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in this case. I'm setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on July 24th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court.
Yes, sir.
I will issue a secured bond in the amount of $250. That does mean you can use a bonding company. If you do post bond, I'm ordering that you not have contact with the arresting officers, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours. The number will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork and have a seat.
Thank you.
Richard Martinez to the podium, and Adriana Villalobos to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Richard Martinez, 2.
Thank you. We're here today on two different cases. The first is a Justice Court warrant out of the Kyrene Justice Court. It's for a case involving DUI. It does look like it is a post-adjudication warrant. I am going to set an arraignment hearing in the Kyrene Justice Court on August 5th at 9:30 a.m. Because it's post-adjudication misdemeanor, you're not entitled to a court-appointed counsel. However, you can hire an attorney at your own expense if you choose. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance on this matter. That is a promise that you will appear on for your next hearing on the 5th. We're also here today on a new case. You were arrested on allegations of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, shoplifting, Class 1 misdemeanor, and criminal trespassing, Class 3 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause, and I'll appoint you an attorney in this case. I'm setting a status conference on August 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 2nd at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I will release you to the supervision of pretrial services on this case. That means you'll meet with pretrial services, they'll go over their expectations, and then you'll be released. I'm ordering the same release conditions on both cases: no returning to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no contact with the arresting officers, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid license. Do you have any questions?
No, thank you.
Not a problem. Go ahead and grab your paperwork and have a seat, okay?